guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. Okay, so in this video, it's going to be super chatty, so definitely get comfortable, get a drink, get a snack, put me up in the background as I'm going to be talking about what's been going on with me and my channel. I'm going to do a flip through of my current Hobonichi Avec, which is my all-in-one everyday carry. And this one finished out for the first half of the year in my Hobonichi A5 Avec, again, all-in-one everyday carry, but I will do a separate video on this one because I definitely have thoughts about it. So be on the lookout for that. And I did want to introduce a new Labubu. So I did have a birthday recently and my brother was able to find, this is the Big in Energy or Big Into Energy Labubu, and this is Serenity. And this was the original one. This was a macaroon one, although I don't know this one's name. But I do have the little packaging. In fact, the packaging for this one, I'm going to cut out and do the exact same thing. So I have sea salt coconut. How cute. So these are the two Labubus that I have. And then my boss, she's the one who got me hooked on this. So whatever. But she said that the little McDonald's toys fit perfectly as an accessory with these Labubu. So I actually told my brother, and so he ordered himself a Happy Meal, I think on Friday, and he brought this home, and there's some really cute ones. So I'm hoping that one of us or whoever goes to McDonald's and get those little toys so I can add it to my Labubu collection. All right, so let me put this away and we'll get started with the chatting and the whatnot. Now, I'm pretty sure I filmed a video, but part of the issue that I've been having is I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety these last few months, like a lot. The kind where I go to bed anxious, I wake up anxious, I have really weird anxious dreams. It's been a lot to deal with. And so while I might film videos, I don't load anything on my channel unless I edit and do all the background YouTube stuff, because I do consider YouTube a hobby for me, even though I am monetized. And so they've just been sitting in my video vault because I film on my phone. So even though I filmed something that kind of introduced this, I never actually put it up. I might just consolidate and do a video of everything I filmed in June for what I've eaten, because that also kind of hinders the Hobonichi videos that I do, because eventually that's between, I don't know, 5 to 20 videos I have to add on to the main components. At the end of this one, I will catch us up to what I filmed in July, which is not that many. What day are we on? Oh no, that could be a lot. That could be most of July, whatever. There'll be some lunch videos at the end of this video, just so I can play some catch up. I am in a Hobonichi Avec system, so that means half of the year is in one booklet, the other half of the year is in another. I am a journaler or an archivist. I am not a planner, so we'll talk a little bit about that if I remember. And then I set up in this here. I had purchased this back in 2023 because I used this in 2024. This is the Going Merry A5 leather cover sold by Hobonichi. I purchased it directly from Hobonichi. It has some wear on it. You can see scuff marks and whatever, but of all of the covers that I have, I think I like this one the most. And then the one that is from Spy Family, that's in the same setup, but it's like a pleather, it's not actual leather. That would be my second choice of favorite covers. Again, loving Labubu. And then the snarky stickers, and it's probably a bit hard to see because of the glare. And then the packaging that comes with the Labubu I have here. and then I have another one here. So this is the macaron, and then I'll cut the packaging off of the one that I just got, and I'll include that in here as well. And there's another one of these little cards, because real Labubus come with these here, and I'll stick this in here. And this will basically stay the same. I generally don't change this out. I know some people do when they are changing either the months or the seasons or whatever. If anything, I'm just adding more either One Piece or Labubu stuff to it, but I'm not really taking anything away. So I did include some tabs here. I find sometimes that I lose my tabs at the bottom, especially the ones that I use either on a daily or a weekly basis, and so it's good to have some on me. I did another deco here. I got a sticker book via Plan Anything. It's a website. I'll include it below. Not sponsored, not affiliated. I'd actually seen this person on Amy Plans Things. Again, not sponsored or affiliated. I don't know if it's the same sticker book that she had used, or because it sold out. So I don't know if this was a re-release or if this is a new release. I'm not sure, because I don't have the other one to compare it to. But I did find it a little interesting, discouraging. Not exactly sure what to call it, but some of the letters are really fancy. But the J's, no matter what the font is not. And that's not, I don't know that it's something that I realized. I'm not sure if I saw a flip through of this, but the J's are rather boring. And considering I bought this sticker book in order to spell my name in my different journals, I just thought that was a little discouraging. So as you can see, I used some of the other letters that were super fancy. But yeah, you can get some fanciness with other letters, but none of the fonts in here have a fancy J. So yeah, but that's the sticker book I used for that right there. And I actually was smart-ish. So I drew a line. I think it's in like pink pencil, yellow pencil, I'm not sure. So at least I'd have some kind of guide. And then I worked back to front so I could make sure that I actually fit in the letters. I do love the snarky kind of stickers. Some of these are from Sticky Club, and then of course Labubu. This here is my period tracker. In fact, the one for this month actually ended right before my birthday. And then I'll need to refill in this from the original 6th one. This is 2024. I just decided to cover it. This is a post-it kind of tab from Sticky Club. Again, snarky stickers. And I have an idea for this, but I might actually put that in someplace else to mark birthdays and whatnot. I'm using this section because it's not something that I use as a buddy read section. My friend Andie, and I'll link her channel below, it's Books and Scribbles, is doing a Ko-fi book club on a monthly basis. It's $2 a month. Again, not sponsored or affiliated, but Andie is the reason why I read as much as I do. Andie's the reason why I do a lot of things that I do. She's such a muse, but it also generally costs me money because she starts astrology, I start astrology. She starts a Hobonichi, I start a Hobonichi because yeah, whatever. But every month she has been choosing 2 books, and she reads both of them. I usually choose just one. One usually is a romance or like a contemporary type of fiction, and the other one is maybe thriller or whatever. I don't read anything that's going to scare me. So for July, oh, spoiler, because I've already finished reading it, the 2 books that were on offer are Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens, and then Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. I chose to read Our Infinite Fates, and so I'm going to put the buddy read information here just because I always have this available to me, and I read via my Kindle app. So even if I'm at work and I'm reading on a break or reading before work or after work, I can always write my thoughts in here. I do actually have 2 separate book journals, but they're at home and they're something I have to feel the need to work in. This is really just putting down data. And then I've actually read quite a few 5-star reads this month. And so I decided to use this bottom space to put that information. This is helpful to me, especially if it's something that I feel can be purposeful, but not something I have to be on a daily basis. But if it stops working for me, then that's fine. I can always think of another way. This is really a working, living document. So I think I kind of went past the whole anxiety thing, I think. Anyway, so for the next few months at least, because we are also heading into a really busy time at work, because I know that both my mood levels, my mental levels, my just overall health levels are pretty low, I have to funnel whatever energy I have towards my job, because I'm a single working professional and I have to pay my bills. So everything goes there. So because of that, I tend to lean into escapism by way of my hobbies. So reading or watching anime. And more often than not, when it comes to anime, it's rewatching things that I've seen again and again, so that there is no anxiousness, there's no tension, because I know exactly what's going to happen. In fact, some of them I've watched so many times again and again, there's dialogue that I could actually repeat. And when my brain is not in a good place, or my body, or the combination of the two, that's what I need. Reading it's okay if I'm escaping into new books, because in that case, I tend to read the same authors, so I can have the same expectation of what I'm going to get. Although I have also been rereading some things, and I plan to reread some other series because there's some new books coming out. So videos may be sporadic. I used to be really good at least having a Saturday video out, but right now I cannot commit to really anything. So you might see just a whole slew of postings, and then you might see nothing for weeks. If anything were ever really truly wrong with me, then I would either put something on my community tab on my YouTube channel, or I'd actually just let some people know via DMs on Instagram and ask if they could just spread the message. But again, it's really just a mental health issue for me right now. So I'm just trying to keep on as many resources as I can mentally, just because I know there's other things that I need to exert my efforts and energy into. So yeah, my channel's not gone. If you ever feel the need to just hang out with me, I have nearly or actually over 1,000 videos on this channel, so feel free to watch any of the back catalog that I have on here. So I did want to mention that, just because it's been a little bit unusual for me by way of my posting and whatnot. So back to this thing here. Because I'm not a planner, I'm a journaler or an archivist, I never need to use any of these future things here, because if there's anything that is in the future that I need to remember, I put it on the office digital calendar, just because usually it impacts my work week. And if it's something that happens to fall on a weekend, and that would only ever be like a doctor's type of appointment, I'll get a reminder. So yeah, I don't really use any of the future stuff. Now, I had originally said I was going to write down my horoscope, because that's what I had done in the first 6 months, but I just really was not feeling it. So I can always do that, or this may just become a sticker graveyard where I have 1 or 2 stickers remaining on a sticker sheet, and I just stick it here. I did purchase some vellum that is nearly this size here, and I just used that just to add some deco, no other reason. Here I was going to do a tarot and an oracle pull because, again, I won't backfill anything that's already happened. And as you can see, this also might be a sticker graveyard. It may just stay blank. It's not the reason why I purchased this journal. So if it never gets used, it never gets used. I do want to write in all of the meetings or the trainings or whatever for July. And as we are on the 27th, I can already start doing that for August. But that's something that I need to do at work because I look at my work calendar at work. So that's what this monthly section is for. Again, I don't do anything for pre-planning, so the future month is absolutely useless to me. Again, just put a vellum little tip in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. Again, if it doesn't get used, it doesn't get used. I actually, because I didn't set this up, I think until the July 4th weekend, this here, the final week in June, the first part of the week in July, is actually in the other one. And this is just going to stay open. I don't know that I'm going to bring this in because I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep that journal for at least the next 6 months to a year, maybe a couple of years. It's not so thick that I can't put some of these elastic bands that I purchased to kind of squeeze it down and then store them away. So yeah, I didn't feel the need to backtrack or backfill in here, and I didn't feel the need to decorate it. So it's an open space for me right now, but again, if I don't use it, I don't use it. I set this up on, where did I set this up? I must have set this up, maybe it was Thursday here, because these particular stickers were in my office. So, and I wasn't in the office until that Thursday. Yeah, so I must have set it up here because I was in the office here. But the colors of the month by way of pen is this vintage Sarasa. I've had this for years. My Pilot Juice pen in a 0.38, and then one of the newer mild liners in whatever this color is because it's all in Japanese. There's actually no theme though for July, so it was whatever. It tends to be leaning towards blue. So this was the second full week of July here. And again, just some random stickers. This I also did in the office because I didn't do it until here. I had left this open. So when I worked from home on Thursday, I just had set this up here because that's just easy. It's just some lines. But when I was in the office on Friday, I had some sticker sheets that I wanted to use up. And this is some Happy Planner stickers here. So I just stuck it all down because I was on vacation for the first part of the week. And then I still need to do, if I want to, a oracle or a tarot pull for the day, because that's what this section is here for. And so this is the upcoming week that we have. And I have been really enjoying putting a Labubu sticker, but also putting a snarky sticker. Oh, but that may not work, because it is a full work week for me. And I don't have a lot of space on this side because I need Monday for Monday stuff. So let's just be creative and cut. And so I'm going to put this here. And I'll cut off this little piece here. And then let's make some lines before I forget. The last part of June, like the last 3 weeks, I had switched up the placement of these various things. And I think when I get back into, I'm not as frazzled by way of volume of work and not as anxious by way of just my mental health, then, you know, I can always play around with that. But I do find quite a bit of comfort in having the same structure week over week. That's probably boring for you guys, but for me, there's just something in the sameness that I really gravitate towards, because then that's just one less thing I have to really think about. Oh, I made a mistake there, because I don't work on the weekends anymore. So let's put this here. And I like using the combination of the florals and these kind of stickers. And so I got this from Amazon. I'll link it below if it's still available. Those are really pretty. These definitely lean towards either darker or warmer type of colors. I think the only pastels I've seen is in the back there. So use that one. I think I used that at the beginning of the month, but I did want to use some pink as well. So I'm going to take out one of these and add in some pink. Let's layer some things. I don't know if it's a quality thing, but even with the alphabet lettering sticker book I showed you guys a little earlier, that one also seems to have a little bit of difficulty coming off, where you really have to kind of bend or break the paper in order to get it. So, and that one, which is not from that same person, but a sticker book. Maybe it's just because I don't work in sticker books as much as I used to. Maybe that's what the problem is. I need that for my tracker, so that should be enough space. Let me trim up some things and I'll be right back. There's I don't like doing it on camera because I feel like I need to cut straight. Don't cut the paper, don't cut the paper. All right, so I did add a sticker here and then finish up that blue floral sticker sheet there. I'm going to color in this, and so if you are new here, this top section, oh, that's why it looks off. You guys have been probably yelling at me. The top section is where I put my completed tasks, and then this 3 graph section here is where I'm going to put what I've eaten for lunch, because I do film what I eat for lunch, because it makes me feel like a Korean blogger. I don't know why, and I don't know what that means exactly, but I do know that's why I do it. And then one of these boxes is going to be for the daily word of the day, and one of the boxes is going to be for my tarot pull. And then this here will be for probably a tarot pull or whatever. And then the last thing to do on this is to do my tracker. And I found that it's the best for me to do it here, because I'm, at least during the work week, in here all the time. And I track that. If if I've watched anime, if I've read, if I've colored, if I've had at least 48 ounces of H2O. I definitely need more, but that's at least my minimum. At least 2 servings of fruits and vegetables. Nope, ketchup is not considered a serving of a vegetable or fruit. If I've cooked lunch or I've cooked dinner. And so that's basically my setup. And then here is where I put where I am by way of location. And at the top, if one of my staff is out for whatever reason, I'll write it there. It is also on the office calendar, but it's a good visual because I always have this on the side of me somewhere. When I'm here at home and working, it's off to the right of me. When I'm in the office, it's actually to the left of me because I have a small shelf there that I can put it. So yeah, that's the setup for the upcoming week. And then I can show you what I've done in my daily section because it's a little different again. So again, a little vellum tip-in, stamping here, and then just some writing, very simple. For the month of July, I just did a background stencil, and you'll see that when I get towards the end of the month, and no stickers at all. So it's just the highlighter of the month and the pen of the month, because that's where you're going to see that color. And all I've been doing is just some big keywords and then a little bit of journaling, or a lot of bit of journaling, however I feel the need for it. To me, it lends itself to just sort of memory keeping, which this section is, and I get my value for it. Again, if only I ever used the weekly section, and actually the back section where I have my budget, this would be completely value filled for me. So that I found a use for the daily, and it's as simple or as ornate as I want it to be. That just, it makes me happy. As you can see, I've written down keywords because I am doing some backfilling, but because I am writing a lot at work and typing a lot at work, I can only do like a day or two of journaling and then what do you call it, outlining that until my arm starts to hurt, and I really can't afford to have a sore arm when it comes to work. And then, as you can see, just stencil with some Tim Holtz ink. And that gets me to the end of the month. For August, because it's even busier for me, I initially was putting down a stencil, but it took too much for me to get the particular ink pad that I had. So this one here, Kitsch Flamingo and Spun Sugar, onto the brush and then onto here. So I just decided to just put on the brush and then just kind of zhuzh it on the paper. And then this one must be nearly out because it doesn't ink up at all, but it does give a nice square silhouette. And so that is what I've done so far for August. Even this was hurting my hand, so I only got up to the middle of the month. So I'll need to finish out the month. And then the colors that go here are this Ohuhu water-based marker. It's number 8, and another vintage Sarasa pen. And it does actually kind of match this. So this is what I'm going to be using in the journaling section. I haven't chosen my pen for the daily section, or no, the weekly section, but I'll do that before we actually start August. So that gives you an idea of what I've been doing, where I've been, mostly mentally, the direction of my channel in the upcoming months. So, you know, I don't want you guys to worry, but that's what's been going on with me. I'd love to know what you guys are up to. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. Again, I have I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. So if ever you're just jonesing for some hangout time with me, I don't know, you might, then feel free to watch any of my back catalog. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm going to finish this video catching up with what I've filmed by way of lunch up and through the 25th of July. And as always, Aloha. Hey guys, lunch for today, July 3rd, Thursday, is an accumulation of things. I've got some reindeer cherries. I've got some, it's not iceberg. I forget what kind of lettuce it is. It's already cut up in a bag with some Thousand Island dressing, tomatoes. I've got some chicken nuggets and half of a chicken salad sandwich. I made that yesterday. Actually, I had that yesterday with tomato. I've got a passion tea with peach in it. First meal of the day. I'm actually done working for the day. I have off tomorrow and on Monday. So if you celebrate, hope you guys have or had a great 4th of July celebration. If not, have or had a great weekend. Bye. Hey guys, lunch for today, Tuesday, July 8th, is both leftovers and a combination of leftovers. So yesterday I took a vacation day and picked up some Chinese while I was running out some errands. I had made some fried cabbage last night for dinner, so this is some of that. But I also added in some bean sprouts, some pork hash, and some roast pork to that stir fry and made it spicy. Yesterday's version wasn't. There's some spicy garlic chicken and some noodles and a little bit of rice down there. First meal of the day, water throughout. I do also have a passion peach tea from Starbucks. It's in that flower cup right there. And I'll probably have something sweet and a coffee later. That's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Wednesday, July 9th, is some beans I had actually made a few days ago. Half of a Costco hot dog. It's the full bun, but only half of the hot dog itself. Ketchup, mustard, and relish. I grilled the bun because it was kind of stale. First meal of the day, water throughout, and probably an iced coffee and something sweet later on this afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, July 10th, is a bento. The bento came with this stuff here, and then we got a side order of this salt and pepper chicken with onions and jalapenos, egg foo young, spam, bacon, and Portuguese sausage over rice and furikake. First meal of the day, water throughout, and I already did have my coffee. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, lunch for today, Friday, 7-Eleven. July 11th is actually breakfast for lunch. So we had picked up some KFC biscuits, just the biscuits though. We're not a huge fan of the chicken last night. So we had everything to make bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, which is my favorite breakfast item from McDonald's. And then biscuits and gravy. We had some sausage in the freezer, and I've got the rest of the microwavable bacon there. Some cantaloupe, first meal of the day, water throughout, and probably a hot coffee later on this afternoon. All right, that's it for this week. Hope you guys had or have a great weekend. Bye. Hey guys, lunch for today, Monday, July 14th, is a slice of pepperoni pizza, or it's a stuffed crust pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut last night. I've got Chef Boyardee lasagna in here and some washed red cherries. First meal of the day. I did have some coffee this morning and water throughout. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Tuesday, July 15th, is a ham and mustard sandwich on bread from Costco. Got some shredded salad with beets, a boiled egg. There's actually some vinaigrette on here and Thousand Island on the side. First meal of the day, water throughout, and probably a coffee this afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today is an accumulation of leftovers. So that's the last of the chopped salad that I had opened yesterday from Costco. There's some Thousand Island dressing, some of the accoutrements that came with it, and some cheese from the fridge. Underneath the microwavable bacon is some fried rice I made with the last bit of Oscar Mayer ham that we had in the fridge, some onions I'd sauteed last night, a little bit of rice that was left over, some eggs, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. There's a ton of ketchup and Tabasco here. First meal of the day, water throughout, and probably something sweet and a coffee later on this afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, July 17th, is breakfast. So bacon, eggs, and rice from our cafeteria. It's actually 9:30, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat now and then probably have a snack later on today. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, well actually brunch because it's 10 o'clock, is a mishmash of stuff. So last night we picked up both Jollibees for the chicken, but went to KFC for biscuits. So I've got 2 biscuits here with strawberry jelly and breakfast sausage. I've got some Jollibee mashed potatoes and gravy, some cherries, and then some Link breakfast sausage that I also fried the sausage that's on there as well, but it's the patty style. First meal of the day, water throughout, and I do have a pineapple drink from Jollibee's and probably a coffee and something sweet later. Most of next week I'm on vacation, so hope you guys have or had a great weekend. Bye. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, July 24th, is a ham and cream cheese croissant. Actually, no leftovers. Weird. Some watermelon and a bag of barbecue Lay's. First meal of the day, water throughout. I am going into a meeting in like 7 minutes, and then probably having a coffee and dessert later on today. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Friday, July 25th, is a few things. So we had chicken katsu a few nights ago. That's the last of it. So I just put on a hot dog bun because that's what we had with mayonnaise and katsu sauce. The remaining of the cantaloupe we had in the fridge. What you see there in that little gold container is some chocolate brownie mochi and some butter mochi that my boss made today. I actually went into the office and then I'm finishing out my day here. In that flower cup, I've got a venti brown sugar strato. I did have breakfast earlier today. It's around 2:30 now, so it's super late lunch or really early dinner. Haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, that's it for this week. Hope you guys had or have a great weekend. Bye.